Hello, 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 everyone. It's Dr. Tamara Beckford, and I'm here to welcome you to Inside the EntreMD Business School podcast. Alrighty, I have a guest here. This is a doc that I've known for a few years now. I'm super excited. We are what we call the OGs of the EntreMD Business School because we were here like right at the beginning, really just learning and seeing all of our lovely friends, how they've blossomed. But our doc here, she's really going to give us an idea of all the things that she's been able to get done and the support that she's had while she's been here. Now, I'm just going to say, hey, but I'm going to have her introduce herself, right? So go ahead, Dr. Jeannie. I'm going to have you let us know your name, your business, and where you're located. Go ahead.
All right. Hey, friends, I'm Dr. Jeannie Lawrence. I am a board certified psychiatrist by training. I'm also the founder and CEO of Sanctuary for Women Physicians, which is a transformational life coaching program. My goal there is to empower women physicians to create lives that feel as good on the inside as they look on the outside. And I'm practicing and hailing from Virginia right now.
Hello to all my Virginia people. Yes, alrighty. So, you know, the thing about even just life and in entrepreneurship, there are so many things that happens, and we have some things that are tangible and intangible. So let's talk about within your business right now. What are some of the tangible wins that you've had, let's say within 2023?
My biggest tangible win in 2023 is that I grew my business by 400%. And so
That's
I
a good number.
yeah, in terms of client served and in terms of the amount of revenue that we were bringing in. So really big leap in the
I
past year.
love it. Alrighty. So when you realize that, like what went through your head? Like, what when you realize like, well, 400%. Go ahead,
Yeah.
tell me.
It's hard to wrap your mind around, I had to like look at the calculations, but the math doesn't lie. That's what it is. So um
Dr. Judy said I had to look at the calculations again. Like, wait a
yeah.
minute.
But those are the numbers. Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting to see a business that I've been working on for quite some time starting to
Mhm.
pick up and grow and serve more women. And so, yeah, it was very exciting and it continues to be exciting.
I love it. So we have some tangible wins there, which Dr. Jeannie had to do the calculation, like, wait, carry the one. Really? What? Oh my gosh. Wow, this is great. And the great thing about it is that you're doing things that you love. Like you said, to for the women that you're serving, you're having an impact and you're seeing that. But in addition to those tangible, we have some intangible wins. So tell us, what are some of your intangible wins that you've had over the last year?
My mindset since joining EBS has just gone up and up and up. And I think this past year has been no different. I think
Mhm.
that I continue to understand the fundamentals of business because Dr. Una really hammers those in. And then
Mhm.
also understand that there are ups and downs in business and how to really stay in the game, weather the storm so that I can create growth over time because that's what it requires, right? You have to stay in the game. So I think another big just tangible win is just dreaming bigger.
Mhm.
Every year I go to the vision retreat. I'm reinvigorated, I think, by our classmates and how big they dream and all of the tangible and intangible wins. And it just, they're vision boards. And so I tap in and dream bigger and bigger every year. And so those are some of the intangible wins.
Oh, there we go. We have intangible wins. We're dreaming bigger. We're seeing people who are dreaming big and doing big, and we start to put ourselves in those shoes because we're right next to them. And also, that this is a long game. Entrepreneurship, it has its ebbs and flows, but at the same time, we don't want to give up. And therefore, we have to have that mental fortitude. And that's one of those things, like you said, it is hammered in us here as a part of EBS. There's one thing you're going to learn is about the mental game and how to forge through it and push through when your mind wants to tell you to quit and when you're feeling less than and when comparitis starts to kick in, right? Which is something that's natural for everyone. I mean, we all at times want to sit and compare, but we learn that we can decide, are you going to be inspired or are you going to be intimidated? And a lot of us said, you know what? I'm going to be inspired. So I love it. Alrighty. So there we go. We're here. We got all this going on. We have these wins, but there we go. we got some lessons because things don't always work out the way we want it to. So, what would you say are some of your biggest lessons that you've had, like even within the last year or so in your business?
One big lesson I learned recently was the power of and the necessity of reflecting and on your wins and your journey. A lot of
Mhm,
times we're like, just in life and business, it can happen like this too. Yes, we're just
mhm,
like go, 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 on to the next
mhm.
thing, on to the next thing. And if you don't take the time to reflect, and we do this a lot in EBS as we review our quarters, we put our
Mhm.
wins every Friday in the in the group, like all of these
Yes.
benchmarks that teach us the
Mhm.
importance of yeah, looking back at your journey and
Yeah.
calculating those wins. And so I brought that up as a lesson because I wasn't doing that, and that's why I was surprised when I saw, like, how much my business had grown. And so
Mhm.
just making a habit, I think, of celebrating our wins, checking in, seeing what's working, not working, and what we
Mhm.
can tweak is really powerful and keeps you moving forward.
Absolutely. And that's like you said, it's sometimes natural for us to just keep going, going, going. And when you're working hard, and you're looking for just the next move and you're looking for the next milestone, but not reflecting on how far you've come, a lot of time our mind starts to take over. We just talked about the whole mental game, right? Oh, this isn't working. I'm really not making an impact. I really haven't gone very far. And then you realize, like, wow, like I have gone, like, and I have moved so far. I've had such a huge impact. I've really moved beyond where my starting point was. So this is definitely something that, is good. That's a big lesson that you're learning. And we all have to learn, right? All righty. So now what we say, how did the business school, would you say the business school helped you within the last 12 months?
um Hi, little Beckford. um yeah, so so many ways. I alluded to the vision retreat because that's always like a really big event for me, and it was especially powerful the last one. I think whenever we get together,
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurship can be very lonely. It's great to have like the community online and to be on calls and things like that, but there's something like really magical that happens when we come together, like physically
Mm-hmm.
location. And so the vision retreat really lit a spark under me that I needed, and kind of got my energy back, and my
Mm-hmm.
vision very clear, not only
Yes.
for my business and my life. And I really like how we talk about both of those things and create a vision for both of those things,
Mm-hmm.
because they are really intertwined. And so having a very clear vision of my business and my life is something that I keep with me, right? I review it often, right? I have
Mm-hmm.
my vision board in my office. It's part of my RBI, all these things. So
Mm-hmm.
having that always in front of me truly is very powerful and something that keeps me going. And I've definitely learned the power and importance of that through EBS. Accountability. So another big thing that happened this year is just connecting with a one-on-one accountability partner within the business school, and just
Mm-hmm.
that extra touch point, I think, is really helpful to, in your day-to-day life, be continuing to move forward in your business,
Yes.
because when we get back in our own busy worlds and lives, right, it can
Mm-hmm.
be a challenge. And so just connecting personally with another amazing doctor, right, in the school, and having that level of accountability is something that I gained from the school, and all those things have really come together to help grow my business. So yeah.
I love it. And when we're talking about the vision retreats, and the live events, right? Being able to connect, and the thing is with the EBS, we've connected online for that's how we started. And as powerful as it is seeing each other weekly and seeing the growth, there's like a hyper growth that occurs when we see each other in person, live during just like a few days. As you said, it's like a hyper growth. We get motivated, we learn, we see each other as vision boards. And then we also make our plan for the next upcoming year, the visions that we have for not just our business, but our life overall, because we try to hit on every aspect, which I think is very powerful. And I can see how it has, changed the life of not just us, but also our classmates. So I think that that's very, very good. Alrighty. So we've had some people and they're sitting there and they're like, I don't know about this. And they're thinking, this sounds all too good to be true. I'm not really sure. What would you say to those people when they're sitting there thinking, because we have this little moniker in our class that we call, say like, hey, this unicorn, like, we're all unicorns doing unicorny things. When that person on the outside is looking and thinking, I don't know if I could fit in with them, or I don't know if this is all good, what would you say to that person?
You belong.
Absolutely.
I totally get that sentiment. Everybody
Mhm,
feels it from time to time, but I think that EBS was made for us and for
mhm,
you, anybody who's listening and considering joining.
mhm,
Um, yeah, if you're a physician with a dream, who wants to start a business, and it's for you. And as unicorny as EBS students tend to look, again, when
mhm,
you get into our calls and meet in person, you realize that we're just people, right? And we have our
mhm.
ups and downs, and we're really supportive of one another. And we're just gonna help you make it happen. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're people who are very supportive, and I think that support helps to make it happen. So we're here. One of our colleagues says we're here as a net to catch you when you fall and help to propel you, to be the best version of yourself for what it is that you want to do on this journey of entrepreneurship. So come and join us. We're just sitting here like, okay, well, what is it that you want to do? Let's see how we can help, right? Lots of support that occurs in the school, and lots of ways to really augment the journey and to not have you have to fall in the pitfalls that we fall in. There are a lot of people who have documented their journeys. There are a lot of people who have provided outlines, like literally physical outlines for you to follow so that you can just say, okay, let me propel and avoid these like I said, these pitfalls. So come and join us. So, Dr. Jeannie, do you have any last words for those who are there listening to this wonderful podcast right now?
I would just say that whatever dream in your heart is worth following. I
Hmm.
have learned, I think, through entrepreneurship and through being an EBS that, as Dr. Una says, we're all gifts to the world. And I can certainly remember a time when my gifts were like, undercover because I wasn't sharing them, right? Too shy, too introverted, if anybody out there can relate to that. But
Hmm.
what I've seen by putting myself out there and walking in my purpose is that I have a really big impact on the lives of the people that I get to touch, and you do too. Like, and
Hmm.
nobody is going to benefit from it if you don't start putting it out there. And it's not just about the benefit that you provide to others too, but like the overflow that you get to bask in as someone who's walking their purpose is I think what it's all about. So your dreams
Absolutely.
worth it.
Absolutely. That's true. There are certain aspects that we have in life, and I think I saw a video on this recently, and one of them, when you're really looking at the true overall, like your circle of completion, a part of it is walking in your purpose. And so being able to have the opportunity to do so is definitely something that you don't want to miss out on. So thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Gina.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so
having
much
me.
for stopping by the Inside the EntreMD podcast, letting us get a glimpse of what it's like to be inside the EntreMD Business School. Like I said, you're one of our OGs like me. So we've seen the progression, and it's really, really an honor to watch you shine because, as you say, you are introverts. And I remember the introverted introvert version of Dr. Jeannie. And now I see her out there and is really living and walking in her purpose in helping others in order for them also to live the life that they want and they deserve. All the women physician, I always love her tagline so that they could have all that's on the inside that they look like on the outside. All righty. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you guys next time on Inside the EntreMD podcast. I'm Dr. Beckford. Bye-bye.